Social media for realtors in 2023. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. This channel is all about helping you close more deals. That's it. All the information's free. All of it actually works. So make sure you put it to good use. My name is Marc Brenner. I'm a realtor and team leader in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we're going to talk about social media. Now, the information about how to use social media as a realtor is overwhelming. There are a million gurus, a million programs, everyone telling you you should focus on this platform, you should make this type of content, you should pay me to go through this program. I am gonna cut through all of that for you. As usual, we're gonna take a step back and look high level at this topic so that you can decide what direction you're going to go in. And just for reference, 90 to 95% of my business comes from social media. Okay, so my actual business, my closed deals are people calling me up and saying, I saw you on social, I want to work with you. For real. So we're going to talk about today, do you need to be on social media? Which channels you need to be on? What should you be posting? And most importantly, how to actually get business from social media, okay? Before I even get started, I want you to think about one thing. It's great to have a big following. It might be great to go viral. It could be great to get a lot of attention in your posts and feel good. If you are not closing deals directly from social media, then what you're doing is not working, right? So we're gonna talk about how to do that. So let's dive right in. Hey, real quick, before I dive in, if you're a new realtor, trying to decide which brokerage to join, trying to decide if you want to join a team, or even if you're an experienced realtor, maybe looking for a change, I am offering mentorship, free coaching, free partnership. So if that's something that interests you, you can book a Zoom call with me using the link in the description below. I love when y'all reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys. I love talking about real estate and business. So let's make this interactive. Reach out to me, see if you want to partner or whatever. If you just need help, I'm here to help. Don't hesitate to reach out today. All right, so question number one is, do you need to be on social media? And I'm really directing this towards the group of people I would assume are the most hesitant to dive into social, which would be maybe the older generations, the generations when they were growing up, didn't have the internet, they didn't have computers, they didn't have any social media, and that is maybe a barrier to entry for them. And maybe that's not you. Maybe you're a younger person and you don't like to be on social media and you're wondering, do I really need to do this to be successful as a real estate agent? Well, the answer is yes. Okay, I don't know how to make it any more clear for you. Listen, yes, social media is terrible for you. It will rot your brain. But guess what? That's an excuse. Yes, social media can be a cesspool of bad people and terrible ideas, but that's an excuse. And yes, there are other ways you can generate leads, but that's another excuse. Listen, you've heard me talk about it over and over again. There's an 87% failure rate in this industry in the first 5 years. Amazon, Opendoor, Zillow, Realtor.com. There are major companies and major tech companies trying to eliminate you from this space. So, if you want to take away your single biggest asset and opportunity to generate leads and close deals, that's up to you. But if you want my honest opinion, you have to be on social media. So you need to get over how unhealthy it is, get over how much you hate it. There's a lot of practical things you can do to have a social presence without invading your life. So stop making excuses. I need to change your paradigm about social media, okay? Because the truth is social media in the business world is not the same as in your personal world. In your personal world, it can be very unhealthy. In the business world, it's an absolute must, okay? If you were living in the 60s or 70s or 80s and you were able to make a commercial for free that thousands of people would see, you would be an idiot not to take advantage of that opportunity. And that is the opportunity that you have. You have the opportunity to get in front of hundreds of thousands of eyeballs across multiple platforms completely for free. You have the opportunity to dominate the attention of people who you want to do business with. So, where is your excuse to not be in social media, right? Good luck. Like I've said before, if you're not going to do social media, you better be the world's best cold caller. I'm talking about dialing for hours and hours a day. Or you better be the world's best referral business expert. Okay, following up with people, providing value until you get referrals, okay, because your business is going to have to come from somewhere. So number one, do you need to be on social media? To me, the answer is 100% yes. You need to understand how important social media is for your real estate business. Also, if you feel like you're too old and you feel silly being on social and people wouldn't listen to you, I've mentioned this before, if there's anything unique about you, that is a benefit for you. That is an asset that you can leverage to distinguish yourself among a sea of very similar looking people, younger white people, right? So if you're older, or, if you're Indian, or if you can juggle while driving a unicycle, like you have something unique about yourself and you need to leverage that to stand out among the crowd. So being unfamiliar, being old, being unique is not an excuse. In fact, it's an advantage for social media. All right, now we're going to talk about what platforms to focus on, right? You've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. There's a lot. People don't know what to focus on, okay? I'm going to put the big four in order. Now, again, you can do what you want. This is my opinion and my experience. If you pick one and dominate it, you're probably going to do really well. But if you're starting with a blank slate, here's where I think the industries are going and what you should focus on. I would put Instagram at number 4. And I say that because Instagram is probably the hardest out of the big four to grow a following on at this point. It's the hardest to gain traction, and it's not searchable. It's not easy to find old videos. It's not super easy to optimize in terms of SEO. So it's really like shooting in the dark on Instagram. Of course, there are big realtor influencers on Instagram, but I also think it's a dying platform. Every day you're on Instagram, what are you seeing more and more of? Reposted TikTok videos. Okay, you can see where the eyeballs are trending, and to me, Instagram is where Facebook, was like 6 or 7 years ago, like seriously starting to decline. So I would put Instagram at number 4. At number 3, I would put Facebook. Now, Facebook is an older, decaying platform in some senses, but in another sense, it's very steady for, people in your sphere. Right? All your friends are your Facebook friends, whereas a lot of these other platforms are way heavier on the strangers. So the way that I look at Facebook is touching your sphere of influence, the people that already know, like, and trust you. If you just post here, they're going to stay top of mind. It can be real estate related. It doesn't have to be. But you need to be posting on Facebook consistently just so you're on people's minds. Okay, so, Facebook's not the number one platform I would focus on, and it's going to continue to get older and older and older demographic, which isn't bad because the people who buy homes are typically, a little bit older than average. But I would look at Facebook as your sphere of influence platform. And that's the easiest one to succeed with because all you need to do is just post anything. Post a picture of yourself, post a home tour, just make it authentic. Don't do statistics and market reports every post. Keep it personal on Facebook. Okay, number 2, I have TikTok. TikTok is probably the easiest platform currently to pop, to explode, to go viral potentially. You can get the most amount of eyeballs in the shortest amount of time possible in TikTok, in my opinion. Also, just looking at where everything is trending, I think TikTok is going to be bigger than Facebook and Instagram combined. Okay, if you want my high level opinion of where social media is trending, and this is important to think about as realtors, I think we're going to arrive at some ultimate social media that's a lot like somewhere in between TikTok and Twitch. You're just going to have everyone that you like and follow live streaming all day, and you are going to tune in to that TV channel. And TikTok is pushing live in a big way, so they're already trending in this direction. If you haven't been on TikTok, it's incredibly addictive. It's scary how addictive it is. But for our purposes, for business, TikTok is a huge opportunity to absolutely break through and to dominate your space, especially your local space. So I'd put TikTok at number 2, and number 1 for me is YouTube. Okay, YouTube for business is the best social media platform, hands down. I don't even care if it's a real estate business. In my opinion, if you own a business, if you're a business owner and you don't have a YouTube channel, you are just doing yourself a massive disservice. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It is owned by the largest, which is Google. It is completely searchable and optimizable, meaning people find my videos over and over again because they're optimized with SEO. Have you ever tried finding an old Instagram post or story? Those disappear. You're not finding an old Facebook post unless it's a memory that pops up. YouTube, every piece of content you make has a longer shelf life than any other social media platform you can think of. You also are going to get the most amount of hours watched on YouTube. Longer videos, longer watch time. YouTube cares about view duration. You are going to get people who feel like they're your family. YouTube leads for real estate, I promise you, are the best leads you will ever get outside of your brother or sister saying they want you to help them buy or sell their house. The people have watched you for hours. They cannot believe you pick up the phone. Forget about a presentation, a listing presentation or buyer presentation. They just hope they can work with you. Now, it's not easy. It is not easy to build a big audience quickly with YouTube. It's a slow burn. You need to look at it like a pillar of your business. If you ever want to go sell your business, how much more valuable is it going to be if you have an audience of a few thousand people who love you and watch you consistently? Okay, so YouTube is number one. If you're a real estate agent and you really want to succeed, you need to have a YouTube channel. And I don't care if you don't know how to make YouTube videos. I don't care if you don't know how to edit them. I don't care if you don't have time. It's all excuses. You either are going to do what it takes to be successful as a realtor or you're not. And if you are, you need to start a YouTube channel today. All right, number 3, what to post. What kind of content should you be posting to get more deals from social media? This is the thing that people get wrong the most often. This is the thing that drives me nuts when I see real estate agents posting on TikTok. They do it on TikTok, they do it on YouTube, they do it on Instagram, they do it on Facebook. What do? They make posts. I want to scream at the camera. They make posts about being a real estate agent. Do you think people care about being a real estate agent? They absolutely do not. They don't care about the escrow process. They don't care about the inspection process. They don't care about the work that you're doing. If you are currently making social media content about what it's like to be a real estate agent, who are you marketing to? You are marketing to other real estate agents. Now, if that is your goal, then you're doing it right. If your goal is to recruit agents to your brokerage, then yes, you need to be making content about what it's like to be an agent. But for most of you out there, you want to attract consumers who will buy or sell a house. They do not want to see real estate agent content. I hope you guys listen. I hope you take it to heart. I hope you realize how this can unlock something for you, because it unlocked something for me. Especially if you're a new realtor, you're self-conscious because you have zero experience. Do you know what the ultimate solution to that is? Neighborhood dominance. You live somewhere, right? And, if you haven't lived where you currently live for a long time, you've lived somewhere for a long time. When you're making content, especially if you're brand new, it should be about your neighborhood. Think about it. People buying a house want to know about the neighborhood, especially if they're coming from another place. You already know, because you live there, what that neighborhood is like. You know where the best places to eat are. You know where the worst places to eat are. You know how the traffic is, how the schools are, how the crime is. You know so much valuable information that consumers are looking for. You are already an expert, even if you got your license in real estate today. So, and this doesn't just work for social media, okay? So what I'm telling you is your content should be about your neighborhood in addition to some real estate stuff, but it's not just your social content. And I've said this before, if you're hosting open houses, it should be in one neighborhood. If you're cold calling, it should be in the neighborhood you live in. Anything that you're doing to generate leads, you should do it with a neighborhood focus, because it creates so much power. If you're hosting an open house in the neighborhood you live in, how much more powerful is it to say, hey, I'm your neighbor? I know all the houses that are going on for sale around the street. I know everything about my little market. You can't do that if you're hosting open houses randomly all over your city. There's no way you're an expert in all those areas. So your content should be about your neighborhood. 5 pros and cons of living in this neighborhood. Cost of living in this neighborhood. The best restaurants in this neighborhood. The best schools in this neighborhood. A home tour in this neighborhood. Your content should be about your neighborhood. You're already an expert on it. It's what the people want to see. And this is how people will reach out to you. Now, you can occasionally do some real estate related stuff, but please, for the love of God, stop consistently posting about being a real estate agent, about doing inspections, about negotiating, about what a homestead exemption is, okay? Most people don't care about that stuff. They care about where the good schools are for their kids. They care about what the dangerous areas are that they should avoid. So leverage your current knowledge of a neighborhood in social media posts and in every other lead generation strategy that you utilize. This will include reading the newspaper about your local area, looking at the MLS every day for that specific area. If you create a daily habit of staying up to date on the local news and the local listings, you are going to increase your knowledge and you are going to be an absolute expert in your area. Finally, fourth topic, how to get business from social media. We talked about if you need to be on social media. We talked about what platforms you need to focus on. We talked about what content you need to make. Now we're talking about how to get business from this content. It's pretty simple, okay? You need a call to action. Now this is going to vary based on the platform. In my YouTube videos, where most of my business comes from, I do a call to action. Just like I did a call to action for you earlier to reach out to me if you want a partner, if you want free coaching. If you watch my YouTube videos about Atlanta, before I start every video, I say, hey, I would love if you reached out to me. I'm a realtor in the area and I work with people who watch my videos. You can book an appointment with me using the link in the description below. Okay, so you need some call to action. It doesn't have to be every piece of content. You shouldn't be making a TikTok where every video you say, reach out to me. Use your common sense. But you do need a call to action and you do need a link tree. Now, Linktree is a website where you can take your most popular links and put them all under one main link. It's very neat and convenient. So YouTube and TikTok, once you get enough followers, you're gonna have your Linktree. Linktree is free. You're gonna put in a Calendly link. Calendly is a way that people can book with you for free, book a Zoom call with you and have your conversation about helping them buy or sell. You can put your website on there. I put a home search. You have access to the MLS and you, through your broker, should have a free website where people can search for homes. I put a link for that. I have access to a website that will tell them the value of their home. So I provide a lot of different ways to provide value to these people, but also they have to give me their information, whether it's their email or whatever it is, so that I can follow up with those people. So you need a call to action. You need a link tree for whatever your platform is. And more than anything else, you need to provide value. I talk about this all the time. I'm sure you've heard this concept many times. If you figure out how to provide value to people, you will have more business than you know what to do with. The key there, the challenge is, what does it look like to provide value to people? I have a whole video on this, okay? So please go watch my past videos. But in order to determine how to provide value to your clients, you need to know who your client is. If you want to be in the luxury space, you got to figure out who is my avatar for a luxury retail client and what are they looking for in terms of value. They probably want to know about high-end listings, high-end off-market listings. They want a lot of discretion, and there's a lot of complicated topics that go along with luxury real estate that you're going to have to figure out how to educate yourself about and provide value for. I work with out-of-state home buyers, people who are relocating to Georgia from out-of-state. I make videos about the neighborhood, about what it's like to live there, about how to figure out where they want to be based on what their situation is. That is providing value. You could be wanting to work with first-time home buyers, military clients, whatever it is. Who is the person you're trying to work with? What does value look like to them? So if you tie in what value looks like to that avatar client for you with your neighborhood focus, that is a very powerful combination that is going to get people to follow you and to watch every piece of content that you put out. And listen, here's a really key piece of advice. If you're doing everything I'm saying and feel like you're just not getting anywhere and it's not growing, the thing that trumps everything in social media is the quality of your content. And I don't know how to tell you how to make high quality content, because that could cover just an endless range of topics and ideas, but you got to figure it out. Look at popular creators. Look how polished their videos or posts are. Look at what kind of thumbnails they're using. Be aware of people who are already succeeding in the ways that you want to succeed and copy them, but make it your own. If you make high quality content that's providing value for people, you'll have more interested people in your social media channels and more people reaching out to you than you could ever imagine. Now, this isn't easy, but here's something for your mindset. You're not wasting time ever doing this. It can feel like it if you're just digging around on TikTok or YouTube. You're developing a skill. right? And it's not a skill that everyone has, and it's not a skill that many real estate agents have. Okay, so we talk about the barrier to entry. Like when you're working with investors, you have to know how to speak their language and their parlance. The barrier to entry in dominating social media is just learning how to use TikTok and learning how to use YouTube. It's going to take some studying. It's going to take some education. It's going to take some trial and error. Again, do you want to do it, or do you want to be a statistic? Do you want to learn how to use YouTube and TikTok? Do you want to overcome that barrier to entry, or do you want to just go get a corporate desk job and stare at the clock until 5:30 strikes? Totally up to you, right? It's the lesser of two evils. And for me, I'll make TikToks all day because I can sleep till noon if I want. I can go vacation for a month if I want. And there's no limit to my income. So don't feel like social media for business is anything like social media for your personal use. You can do really practical stuff like not have the app on your phone. You can post on almost every app I discussed on your desktop. So you can have your account on your desktop, so you're not really going to scroll. You're not really going to get addicted that way, but you can still be posting and, liking other people's stuff without having the app on your phone. That's a really good way to separate those two. But listen, big picture, this is your major advantage. This is your major advantage against companies that are trying to take your job. And if you ever want to sell your company, how much more valuable is your company going to be if you're talking with that potential buyer who wants a cash flowing business and you say, actually, not only do I have this Rolodex of past clients that I'm going to hand over to you, but I have a YouTube channel with 10,000 followers and I have a TikTok account with 50,000 followers. You know how big of an audience that is? How many eyeballs? How much influence that is? That 2, 3, 5x's the value of the company you own if you ever want to sell it. So listen, get excited about social. I know that's maybe not what you thought about diving into, but this is a great opportunity for you. You can make a lot of money getting good at this stuff on social, both in real estate, and it opens up so many other opportunities in terms of ad revenue and merch. Honestly, this is one of the best things you can do for your financial life, for your business life. So I hope that provided you some value. I hope that made it a little bit more clear because there is so much conflicting information in this space. I hope you just dive in and go for it, and I hope you're super successful. Give me some feedback, guys. Let me know what you want to see, what you don't like, what topics you want to talk about, and just holler at me if you want to continue the conversation offline. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.